Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Hope all is well in your neck of the woods. Pretty dadgum good right here. Let's take a look, see who we got hanging out with us this morning. And I appreciate the thumbs up, you four that have so kindly hit the button over there. Let's see, we got Darren Birds. Says good morning, everyone. Good morning to you, Darren. Troy Pritchard's in the house. He says good morning. Larry Galt says good morning, everyone. Rainy week ahead, but we need it. Yeah, we're gonna get. It's supposed to be rain free today, I think, and then tomorrow some more rain coming. But don't matter. It's all good. Clyde CNC's here. Good morning, Clyde. Glad to see your bright-eyed and bushy-tailed this morning. Paul Stewart's here. Good morning, everyone, he says. Thumbs up. We got 5 of them. Appreciate it. Jesse's here this morning. How you doing, Jesse? There's my buddy Janet over there on Facebook. Good morning, Janet. Hope all is well in Hoosier land. Wilson Rue-Bottom's here this morning. He says thumbs up. Let's see. We got Bart Bixel. Good morning. Good Monday morning. Hope your cup of coffee is as tasty as mine. Well, mine's pretty good. It's tasted really good this morning. Kevin Ailes is over there across the pond watching. Thank you, Kevin. Michael's here. Good morning, Michael. Diana says, you are still looking good, Dave. Dang right. Got my ears lowered over the weekend. And I have a little interesting story to tell about my haircut, which is kind of cool. Bob Sims from across the pond. How you doing, Bob? Good to see you. Clyde says the dog has been out already too. All right, good deal. You're on schedule then. Jim Senecola's here. Good morning, Jim. Have you got your rotary axis set up, or have you got to play with it at all? I'm anxious to know. Yeah, I got a few things to talk about this morning. All light stuff, no heavy politics or none of that kind of stuff. Although we could go there, but I ain't gonna. I mean, it says she hears Jack. Yeah, he just come back in. He's setting. He knows the show started. It's time to sit down. Although he had 2 beds piled up right here. And I took one and I set it out there, which I'm going to be talking about here in a minute. I'll just go ahead and talk about it now. Let me get some pictures queued up, though. I do have some pictures to show y'all. Probably won't mean that much to you, but it kind of important to me. Let's see if I can make sure I hit the right. All right, so I need to hit that. Hit that. All right, let me get these pictures queued up here. We'll talk about this first, I guess. All right, those of you who follow me on YouTube or loyal coffee session people or whatever, you probably know that back before I had my before I had my heart attack, I was wanting to put in a garden. And of course, that ended up being a big bust. But to make room for the garden, I had deck that ran all the way across the back of my house. And I think I probably showed pictures of different things. But anyway, I left the the bigger deck, the taller deck. And then there was another half that where you'd step down about 2 steps, and then it kind of was built around the hot tub and all that. And anyway, I never used it. So I got rid of the hot tub and I totally dismantled that whole deck, screw by screw, you know, hang, tube of six hanger by tube of six hanger, all that stuff. Anyway, and this is all before the heart attack. I took all that stuff down. So I had what looked like a lumber yard in my backyard here. I had it all stacked on blocks, and I'd put little what do you call them, stickers, to keep a gap in between them. And it's all pressure treated lumber. So anyway, just the other week when I was coming out here to do a coffee session, and an idea just popped in my head, and I'm like, well, you know what? It's been a while since my heart attack. I'm feeling pretty good. I think I could tackle this project. So, I've been telling you I'm doing a project for Jack, and it's really for both of us, but I'm calling it Jack's project. But anyway, what I did is I took that lumber, and again, this lumber, that deck it's probably been there 10 years or longer. So none of this looks new. It's not pretty, but it's something that I built for Jack and I. And this is the front of my shop. And I decided these steps right here, I guess I should point over here. Yeah, you can see my little mouse. These steps right here were right up next to the door. And then as I took them off to move them out as I built this was, I found out that there was some, I don't know, carpenter ant or something that got in there. So I would have had to fix that eventually anyway. But what I did is, and again, it's not pretty because I haven't got the pressure washer out. I still got all my junk. So you see, I took this picture. I didn't even put the tools up yet. But this is a little 5 by 16 foot, I guess you'd call it a porch, deck, whatever you want to call it. But that's where Jack and I can sit and have some great conversations while we're waiting on the glue to dry. And you can see that Jack is already enjoying it. And see, right up here, if you can see my little mouse, up here on the other deck, that's where he usually always sat, right there at the edge of those steps. But see, now when I'm in the shop, he can come hang right there. So, anywho, that was my project that I built for Jack. And why that's important to me is because and it's still not finished because I still got a lot of work to do. I got little small details, and obviously got to get the pressure washer out because all those boards, you can see it looks like, or I could leave it like that and call it rustic, I guess. But yeah, it definitely needs pressure washing. And I thought I might try to put let's see if I can go back here. Might try to maybe paint it maroon to match those little, the trim that's on the building, but I don't know. Maybe just leave it like that. I don't know. But anyway, what's important to me about this is as I put that last screw in that deck board to, again, not finish it, but get it to where it's now usable, because you can see I've already drug one of my chairs up there. That was Saturday, June 26th. And I'm thinking, on April 26th, exactly 2 months ago, is when I came home from the hospital and I couldn't do squat. So happy to get that where I can use it. And Jack's happy too. So, although he's crashed out, let me get a shot of the Jack cam. Oops. Get a shot of the Jack cam so you can see. How happy. Oh, I got to get this off. There he is. Yeah, Jack is a happy camper. But I also needed to build that little porch or deck or whatever you want to call it, because I mean, for these coffee sessions, for him to be laying right there, that's fine. But when I start trying to turn on the lathe, I'm going to be standing right here. So he's going to be in the way right there. So have to, and whenever I have any kind of equipment running, even though the lathe is pretty quiet, he would rather be outside hanging out there. And I do have another dog bed that I've set out there on the, well, I guess we'll call it the porch. But yeah, and the best part about all that is it didn't cost me a dime other than my labor. And of course, you know, had a heart attack a couple months ago, so I was moving slow. It took me about 4 days. I worked on it 4 days so far, and all of it was free because the lumber I already had, all of the deck screws. As I unscrewed the old deck, I put those on those little plastic bins. So I didn't have, you know, I didn't spend anything to put that. And plus, now I got rid of some of the pile of stuff, but I've still got some of that. I've got some 2x8s and 2x6s still left, a few of the deck boards, and I've got to build a few other things. But that's what I'm using. I'm using the material that I've got from that deck for other projects around the old homestead. You know, I redid the chicken coop, so whenever I decide to get chickens, they've got a brand new solid chicken coop made out of deck boards. But anyhow, all right, let's see. Who did I miss? Oh, I missed a bunch of comments here. Let's see. Stephen Toronto's here. How you doing, Stephen? Bill Hoffman says, good morning, Dave and everyone. Happy Monday. Storms, heat, rain all week here in Southwest Indiana. Okay, Jim says, not yet. Talking about the rotary axis. Got the base design. Have to figure out the wiring on the motor. Okay. I'm pretty sure. I mean, mine was really simple. I used the motor that came with it, and you know, you just have to find out the pairs. But you can do that same way you always do on a stepper motor. Just take two wires, touch them together, and then see if, you know, take your hand, put on the shaft, see if you can turn it. If it locks it up, you know those two are a pair. And usually it's, I'll probably say it wrong. I'm not even going to say it because I'm sure I'd probably say it wrong. But anyway, you know, you get your red, let's see, what is it? Red, green, black, and white, or in some cases it might be red, green, black, and blue. Some stepper motors have blue. But yeah, if I can help you with that, Jim, let me know. And if you want my VCAR files for that base or something, I mean, you may be wanting to do yours different. I'd be happy to send them to you. Dave Max says, morning, awesome day to walk with Jax. Let me get these. Oop, there we go. Oh, I got to tell you another. Oh, there it is. You know, when you get old, you have these brain farts. And I had a good one Saturday. But let's see, Doug Sisk is here. He says, CIDRS. Yeah, not sure what that means. Last round of breeding. Muggy out there. Oh, good morning. Last round of breeding. Do you play any Barry White or anything out there for them when they're, trying to do that stuff, or just a thought. Doc Whitaker's in the house. How you doing, Doc? Wilson says that's pretty cool. Cool. All right, I appreciate it, guys. Like I said, it's nothing fancy. It's just it's more that I was even able to get out there and do it than it's not going to win any prize. I tell you that, but it will work fine for what Jack and I want to use it for. Doug says he doesn't play any Barry White because that distracts him. Gotcha. Yeah, we probably would not like that. So. Anyway, let me tell you about my brain fart. How many of y'all checked out the video? A little pallet mallet. These things turned out pretty cool, I thought. And of course, the whole reason I had to do them on the rotary axis is so I could engrave on there. But this is some pretty wood that just comes out of that, rough looking pallet. This was basically a pallet runner. You got the two, they're not 4x4s. They're like 2.5 by 3.5. And then they have two of them here. And then they got 2 8-foot ones. And then it's for like pallets that steel comes in on, so they're made really, really tough. But yeah, you get chipping away at that gray patina on the outside, and there's some beautiful looking wood underneath. But anyway, that video come out Saturday. I do my things where they go live at 0600 on Saturday morning. And what was funny is, I was out here that morning trying to get out here while it was cool to finish up the deck or the porch or whatever. And I had my phone, and I checked, and because I'd get notifications say I got a comment on the video or something. So I'd look, and I looked, and I had I think it had like 250 views in just a little bit. But then there wasn't but like one comment, and it just said nice or something. I forget what it said. And I thought, well, that's kind of strange. Wonder, usually when you do a giveaway, you polish a rock and say you're going to give it away, people will want it, But anyway, then it was later on, probably 4 or 5 hours later, that I realized that because of the hashtag Humpty Dump that I told them to put in the comments, that flag, because I had that video set up. All my videos, when I release them, I always have it to hold potentially weird comments, because if I don't, I get trolls and all kinds of stuff trying to put their ads, or their links to their websites and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, when I went to check the held for review, there was like a big long list of comments waiting for me to approve. And then I changed the setting, but apparently it doesn't work, because I'm still having to go in there and check it again. So if you've entered by putting that hashtag Humpty Dump, and it's not Humpty Dump, I'm not saying it on purpose, because you're supposed to watch the video in order to know what the hashtag is to put it in to win. Yeah, so if you don't see your comment, it will show up eventually. I just have to approve it. Doug says that would make a great cabbage mallet for kraut. Yeah, probably would. Jim Jones is here. How you doing, Jim? And congratulations too. I saw that you placed first, if I'm not mistaken, in that last what do you call those things? Beard and mustache contest or whatever. Jim's an old veteran at that stuff. You really probably should retire so you can give those other guys a chance. I think Jim wins most of those that he enters. Anyway, I see I'm getting kind of out of time. I got about 8 minutes left or so. Let me tell you about my. Let's see if I. Yeah, I think we've talked about it. Let me tell you about my haircut deal. I decided I'd get a real haircut, so I went down to. I got on the thing and checked Great Clips, and I had to reinstall the app because since I got a new phone after I got back from the hospital, I didn't have the app on there. But there's a Great Clips right down the road from me, right next, kind of sort of to Publix. And I saw that they opened at 10, so I thought, all right, I'm gonna go down there like 5 or 10 till 10, and get in and out and get me a haircut. So anyway, I go in, and this little gal, and her name was Becca. So shout out to Becca. And I know that'll be easy for me to remember because I have a good friend named Becca Miller. So anyway, she, the way the thing, there was one guy that got there before me, but, she says, well, are you ready? And I said, yeah, let's go. So she's looking, in that Great Clips, they keep a record of, no matter which one of them cuts your hair, they keep a record of, I use a number 4 clipper thing. And so no matter who you get, they can look at the notes and know kind of how to cut your hair. So she's looking, and she's giving me kind of a funny look because she says, I see the notes on your thing here. She goes, but it looks like you haven't been here in quite a while. And I said, well, yeah, it's been a while. I said, I had a heart attack a couple months ago in April, and that kind of, threw a monkey wrench in coming down here and getting a haircut and stuff. So anyway, and I noticed as I started talking about my heart attack, her eyes were just, giving me one of those looks like she really wanted to hear about the stuff. And come to find out, her husband is a EMS person. I guess that's what you call him, right? EMS. And I think he's not in Henry County. He's, where'd she say? Fayetteville or someplace. Anyway, someplace close to here, but it's not like I would have ran into her husband. But then I think she said her brother is also one in Henry County. So she's very keen on the EMS type people and what they have to go through and stuff like that. So she wanted to hear, she wanted details. She wanted to hear about heart attack stuff. So I gave her the spiel and told her about the, how when they came, I almost said, nah, I think I'm feeling better. I'll refuse treatment or whatever. And then I said, no, okay, it's going. Let's go. So, I'm telling her about the guy, one of them's driving like crazy to get me to Piedmont Henry, and the other one is shoving the nitroglycerin tablets under my tongue. But anyway, so she was totally, she just stopped cutting hair and was listening. She was really interested in all that. And then she told me that one of the things that those kind of people, the EMS people, hate is that when they transfer somebody to the hospital and they get them there still kicking, there's no closure for them because that's it. They don't ever hear about what's, what happened. They don't know if the person died later or if they made a full recovery. They don't know. So she was telling me that I could call the non-emergency dispatch number And she says, "Well, do you know that? Do you know the date and stuff?" I said, "Oh yeah, I'm not. It's not like I'm ever going to forget any of that stuff." I said it was Friday, April 16th at 3:06 is when I called 911. I said, that's forever burned in my brain here. So anyway, she said that if I called that number and told them, the date, the time, and my address, that they would be able to check their records and they would be able to tell me the guys that responded. So I'm going to try to get in touch with them and find out their names and stuff and see if I can go thank them. So I just thought that was kind of cool. And she said, as I was leaving, she says, she goes, it was meant for you to sit in my chair today. So kind of interesting that, but like I said, I haven't been down there in a long time. Let's see here. What am I missing? Troy said he checked out the video. Barbara Bundy Denman is here from steamy Northwest Florida. Good morning, Barbara. My favorite solar man is here. He says he has a new video coming out soon. We'll see. Ray Whitaker's here. How you doing, Ray? Good to see you. Yeah, that's another thing I was thinking. Maybe I could do something nice on the rotary axis for. I don't know. But yeah, I hadn't really thought about it much until she told me that. I guess that would be kind of weird to do the kind of stuff they do and then go, well, yeah, now we're never going to get to find out whether that person made it or whatever. But yeah, I think a plaque or donuts or something is the least I can do for those guys. But, Janet says send them a dozen cookies. There's one, I forget what it is now, dadgummit. But there's one thing, I guess those guys are superstitious too. So there's one thing she said to not get them. And I can't remember what it was, but I know I wouldn't get it for them but I asked her, I said, well, what about donuts or something? And she said, oh yeah, buy them lunch or donuts or something like that is fine. She goes, but don't get them this. And now I can't remember what it was. If anybody is an EMT or EMS person, let me know. I think my time's just about up here. That says I'm over. Yeah, I think I was a little late on actually hitting the intro button here. Sometimes I just sit here and I get to looking and talking to Jack or something. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to do this. And I got to hit the thing. Let's see here. Jim says, just to say thanks would mean the world to him. Yeah. That would be great to contact them and let them know you were okay. Nice to take time for a compliment rather than a complaint. Most patients don't take the time to compliment, but they sure take the time to complain. Yeah, well, I have no complaints. I mean, I'm here. Thanks to them and the good Lord. But anyway, it is time for me to get out of here. Oh, I got something else. Let me tell you real quick. I am on a roll. I am telling you what, boys. I am on a roll. I have already got my video almost done. And it's not, I did it yesterday for next week's project. And so if the one I just did, the pallet mallet, that was video number 5 in a row on a Saturday. Yeah, there goes my phone. That's a funky sounding don't know how to turn that thing off. Um, but anyway, yeah, I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna have another video out this Saturday. I've already got it shot, edited, and everything. I've still got a little bit of assembly to do, but I'll be knocking that out today and have it uploaded and ready to go. And I have never done that. Anybody knows me knows I have never been a scheduled video type person, but I'm getting in the swing of it. I like it. So, and I'm already starting to think about next week's project. So anyway, thank y'all for joining me on the coffee sessions this morning. Thank y'all for the thumbs up. We got a dozen of them over there, and I appreciate that. Jack appreciates it. I'll wake him up and tell him about it here in a minute. But anyhow, have a great Monday, and come back tomorrow. We will be here for Tuesday, the 335th coffee session. So everybody have a good one. Happy Monday.